900,000 Americans are now underwater on their mortgages, owing more than their home is worth. According to ICE Mortgage Monitor, more than 90% of them took out their loans between 2023 and 2025. And the trouble spots they named by name are almost all in one state, Florida. Today, we are walking through 10 Florida towns where homeowners are completely underwater, where home values are in freefall, and where the math has stopped working. Some of the towns on this list are down 25% from peak. One has the worst foreclosure rate in America, and in the number one town, more than 1/3 of every mortgage taken out in the past 2 years is already worth less than the loan balance. Stay with me to the end. At number 10 is Boca Raton in Palm Beach County. Boca is not a crash like the Gulf Coast. It is a slow leak inside a luxury market. Boca's median sale price was down 11% year over year in September, sitting around $730,000. The damage is sharper in the older condo segment. Some non-waterfront condo buildings are down 20 to 30% from peak, with months of supply now over 9. The driver is the Florida Surfside Reform Law. Older 3-story plus condo buildings now have to fund structural reserves and pass mandatory inspections, triggering massive special assessments and HOA fee shocks. Honest caveat, newer waterfront product is still firm. The collapse is concentrated in older buildings that cannot pass the new structural rules. At number 9 is Davenport and Kissimmee, the short-term rental belt of Polk and Osceola counties around Disney. This is where the post-pandemic Airbnb boom turned. Polk County led the entire United States in foreclosure rate in 2024 at one filing for every 172 homes. In one Kissimmee zip code, median list prices fell 8% year over year, and inventory in some sub-zip codes climbed roughly 700% between 2022 and 2024. The story is investor capitulation, tighter short-term rental financing, falling Airbnb daily rates, and a glut of speculative new construction. Honest caveat, the traditional resident market in Kissimmee is more stable than the investor-heavy vacation rental zones. And number 8 is Palm Bay and Melbourne on the Space Coast in Brevard County. Palm Bay just posted its first annual home value decline since the pandemic boom. Reventure pegs the year-over-year drop at 4%. Florida Realtors reports Brevard County single-family median prices down 6.2% year-over-year as of October, sitting around $360,000. Reventure's home price forecast score for Palm Bay is 28 out of 100, and anything below 45 signals a declining market. The driver is wage growth that did not keep up with the post-pandemic price spike. Honest caveat, Brevard's space and defense job base gives this metro a structural floor support that pure speculator markets do not. At number 7 is Naples and Marco Island in Collier County. Naples does not fit the affordable boomtown narrative. It is a luxury crash. Redfin had Naples' median sale prices down 9.6% year over year in March, with the typical home now around $1.2 million. Marco Island's average sale price was down 13.7%. Here is the gut punch number. The Naples Beach zip codes saw median condo prices fall 29.6% in a single year, according to the Naples Area Board of Realtors. The driver is the same surf line reform killing older condos in Boca, plus surging HOA fees and insurance assessments on coastal towers. Honest caveat, single-family mainland homes are softening but not collapsing. The damage is concentrated in older beach condos. At number 6 is Sarasota and Bradenton. The carnage is concentrated in attached homes. Sarasota County condo and townhouse median prices fell 15.3% for the full year 2025, landing at $325,000. In October MLS data, the year-over-year condo drop was running at 19.5%. Manatee County condos were down 8.6%. Sarasota, single-family eased 6% to a median of $474,000. Sarasota's condo inventory hit 8.1 months supply, well into buyer's market territory. Sellers are receiving only 92% of original list price. Honest caveat: the single-family market is softening, not crashing. The Surfside Law is doing the heavy damage on the condo side. Quick break before the top 5. If you want to know which Florida towns are quietly going the other direction, growing so fast that locals literally cannot recognize them anymore, I have a full breakdown waiting for you. Hit subscribe and stay with me, because the #1 town in this video has more than 1/3 of all loans taken out in the past 2 years already in negative equity. And that statistic is from the Mortgage Monitor itself. At number 5 is Tampa and St. Petersburg, the largest Florida metro, showing meaningful declines. The Tampa Metro Zillow Home Value Index was down 6% year over year in December. 85.2% of homes in Metro Tampa are now sitting below their peak, with an average decline of 12%. Pinellas County's average home price dropped 12.25% year over year. Tampa condo prices were down 10.9%. ATTOM's October report had Tampa with the worst foreclosure rate of any United States metro over 1 million people, at one filing for every 1,373 housing units. Layer and barrier island damage from Helene, Milton, and Debbie, where Pinellas County's preliminary damage estimate topped $2.43 billion, and you have a metro where waterfront and inland are repricing at the same time. Honest caveat: local realtors argue part of the foreclosure spike was a Hillsborough reporting backlog. At number 4 is Northport, just south of Sarasota. Northport made national news in July when Consumer Affairs ranked it as having the biggest year-over-year home price drop of any city in the entire country, negative 10.3% from April 2024 to April 2025. That is nearly $50,000 off the median home. Zillow puts the city of Northport down 9.3% year over year, with a typical home now around $318,000. The broader metro is down 17.4% from its 2022 peak, finishing 3rd worst in the country for the past year. Honest caveat: Northport is a giant geographic city with heavy new construction. Some of the drop is builder discounting on standing inventory. At number 3 is Lakeland, between Tampa and Orlando in Polk County. Lakeland is the negative equity capital of the United States. ICE Mortgage Monitor reported in November that nearly 11% of mortgaged homes in Lakeland are underwater, the highest rate of any United States metro tracked. ATTOM's year-end foreclosure report named Lakeland the single worst United States metro for foreclosure rate, one filing for every 145 housing units. Cotality flagged Lakeland as the number 2 highest risk market for price decline in the country. The drivers are structural: a massive new construction wave during 2021 and 2022, heavy concentrations of FHA and VA loans, and Florida's runaway insurance market. Honest caveat: Lakeland's underlying economy is solid. The pain is concentrated in recent vintage low equity loans. At number 2 is Punta Gorda in Charlotte County. Punta Gorda is the worst performing major United States housing market outside of Austin, Texas. According to ResiClub's analysis of the Zillow Home Value Index, prices are down 25.3% from the July 2022 peak, while the United States as a whole is up 1.9% over the same period. HousingWire reported the metro had the single largest annual price drop in the United States at negative 11.93%. The Punta Gorda Isles ZIP saw median sale prices drop 21.9% year over year in December. Active Charlotte County listings hit 4,871 in March, 114% above the long-term average, the largest inventory spike in the entire country. ATTOM ranked Punta Gorda as the 2nd worst United States metro for foreclosure rate. Honest caveat: Punta Gorda was hit twice by hurricanes in the past 2 years, and some of the inventory glut is insurance-driven listings. And the number 1 Florida town completely underwater is Cape Coral in Lee County. Cape Coral headlines virtually every report on falling prices and rising negative equity in the country. Cotality named Cape Coral the single coolest housing market in the United States in April 2025 and again in 2026. ICE Mortgage Technology's November Mortgage Monitor reported that prices in Cape Coral are down 15% from peak, with roughly 11% of all mortgages underwater. And here is the gut punch. More than 1/3 of all loans originated in 2023 and 2024 in Cape Coral are already in negative equity. ResiClub pegs the metro down 18.8% from the 2022 peak. ATTOM ranked Cape Coral as the 4th worst foreclosure metro in the country, one filing for every 189 housing units. Insurance is the other knife. Premiums in Cape Coral commonly run over $8,000 now on homes that paid $3,500 in 2020. Honest caveat, Cape Coral has good fundamentals if you can carry the insurance. But for anyone who bought between 2023 and 2025 with a low down payment, the math has stopped working. Those are the 10 Florida towns completely underwater as home values freefall. The bigger pattern is real. The insurance crisis, the migration reversal that took Florida net domestic migration from 310,000 to 22,000 in just 3 years, and the new construction overhang are reshaping every market on this list. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these towns surprised you the most, and have you been watching prices in your own neighborhood? Drop it in the comments, and if you want to know which Florida towns are still booming while these 10 are bleeding equity, I have a full breakdown waiting. See you in the next one.